Hi everyone, long time no see. So, I want to make a video just because I thought this is interesting. I found a really cool, um, really cool article, title, headline, right? Okay, this is a headline. All right, now I'm gonna Tim Pool it, which means I'm going to look at the headline, which looks really cool, provocative, and then not read it until I broadcast, which is exactly what I'm doing. So, because it seems like Tim Pool does that a lot. He doesn't actually read it before he likes it. Basically, likes to show his reactions. It seems. Um, Give me a second. Also, bear in mind I'm not wearing any eyeliner, so this is like a makeup less Monday. Um, so I'm sorry that I look really ugly today. Anyway, okay, so let's do it. This is part of my elocution process, right? Because I don't know how to enunciate. All right. So WWF, not to be confused with the WWE, launches investigation in response to human rights abuse allegations. The Worldwide Fund, I thought it was Wildlife, but Worldwide Fund for Nature has commissioned an independent review to investigate allegations of murder, torture, and raids by rangers of the charity supports. The accusations came to light in a U.S. media report. This is also interesting. This came from BuzzFeed, which again seems like something that Tim Pool would absolutely make a video about because he definitely tends to see a lot of their content and react to that. So WWF pledged Monday to investigate accusations that organization and its partners engaged in a series of human rights violations. It came after the publication of a year-long international investigation by BuzzFeed News, which accused the nonprofit of funding and working with paramilitary forces which disregard human rights in their quest to save endangered animals. What the report alleged? WWF supported 3 forest rangers in Nepal's Chitwan National Park who were accused of torturing a local man to death in 2006. Charges against the rangers were later dropped. Indigenous groups living near Chitwan have been beaten, sexually assaulted, and shot by WWF supported anti poaching units. WWF field staff in Asia and Africa have organized anti poaching missions with raids with notoriously vicious troops. WWF staff became involved in a botched arms deal in the Central African Republic. What? A botched arms deal? Why are they arming people? This is really funny because you generally think like WWF and Greenpeace and basically a bunch of liberals. Why are they? Why is a group? Where is a demographic of people or an overlapping demographic of people that historically oppose gun rights and gun violence engaging in an arms deal? It's okay if you kill people if they're killing animals. Is that what I'm getting from this? Also, WWF is involved with paying people in villages to act as informants and handed over intelligence to rangers and soldiers accused of human rights abuses. Cover up alleged. The director of Survival International, an Indigenous peoples' rights charity, called the issues raised in the report the scandal that WWF has been covering up for decades. Will WWF continue with business as normal after these truly shocking revelations, or will it, finally, actually address the problem? Director Stephen Corey said. So is this like the church sex scandal? WWF responds. WWF is active in more than 100 countries and territories. Foresters face dangerous conditions and are often shot at or killed by poachers while carrying out their duties. In a statement, WWF said it had commissioned a review into the cases raised by BuzzFeed and asked the news organization to share the evidence it had. We have stringent policies designed to ensure both we and our partners are safeguarding the rights and well-being of Indigenous people and local communities in the places we work. Any breach of these policies is unacceptable to us, and should the review uncover any, we are committed to taking swift action, an unnamed WWF spokesperson said. So if I'm to read between the lines, does this mean that if someone comes from outside the country who is not Indigenous, if they get shot, it's all fair game? Let's say, what's the name of that asshole that killed Cecil the Lion? Um, I don't even remember, but he was a dentist, right? Let's say he didn't know that he was poaching. Let's say his asshole guide took him to the wrong place, and he starts hunting the wrong thing. So, am I to understand that it's okay if they send their goons against this dumbass dentist? That's okay because he's not indigenous? Or what is the takeaway here? Yeah, so this is funny because I think a lot of this. Generally speaking, when it comes to I want to say liberals, but yeah, you can call them liberals. You can also call them leftists, but basically, there's a portion of the lefties that growing more and more. I see one, they tend to be anti-natalist. They also tend to be very anti-human because they basically look at humans as a disease, whereby they are destroying the planets and strip mining the planet and destroying resources and wildlife. They basically look at us as a cancer, and so they would value all other life but humans. And so something like this is, par for the course. Maybe this is like you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Maybe to them the ends justifies the means as long as people don't um, poach or cause any perceived harm. But then again, you have the same kind of assholes that get mad when you have someone that actually farms animals. So, for example, I believe there was someone on their own property was raising lions on a farm and then serving them in a restaurant, right? And then they made a big deal about that. You can't serve lions. Well, these lions weren't going to be existing on their own. This is entirely artificial. So where is the moral problem here? I don't know. I think it's really stupid. Also, this is the gamer part of me. This also reminds me of fucking Desdemona. I don't know if you ever played Fallout 4, but Desdemona is a dumbass human who wants to free the synths at all costs, and she doesn't care what that means, what sacrifices she has to make to free the synths, even if that means that you only get one shot and you save a whole bunch of synths at once, but then you never get to save anymore after that because the institute will come after you. I know that's a bit of a rant, but I think Desdemona was a great example of what kind of people you're looking at. When you have groups that look after the rights of outsiders, they tend to neglect their own. And so any harm that happens to your own, it's okay. It's worth the sacrifice. And I don't think that's true. I think that also ties into the same kind of sentiment that goes into white guilt. And I'm sorry, but the ends doesn't justify the means. Definitely doesn't justify the means when you're looking at, what was it? Murder, torture, allegations. So, yeah, murder, torture, and raids by rangers that charity supports. Also, WWF is funded by the wealthy. So you would think that maybe there's some kind of interesting component there, but perhaps maybe this could be. Think about the utility of sending people ostensibly to fend off poachers for the wealthy, ostensibly for saving wildlife. But who's to say that that's actually what's going on? There could be deception going on. I'm looking at it from a perspective of war games, right? And in war, deception is a very important factor that goes into it. So charities can absolutely, if they're armed, certainly can be used in very strange ways, even in combat roles, whether they know it or not. I know this is going to make me seem like a tinfoil hat person, but anyway, I just thought I'd share this interesting bit of news, and I don't know, maybe I'll find another article and stream that too. I just thought I'd share with you my reaction and my little commentary on that. All right, have a good day for now. Bye bye.